Ethan Klein is bullying Trisha Paytas? Aha! Very interesting tea. I don't think that Moses knows what he got into. I also don't think at all that Ethan Klein is bullying Trisha Paytas. And again, Ethan Klein has every right to get on social media and say what he wants to say about Trisha Paytas' pregnancy. Because it's more than just a commentary of someone watching it go down and then you make a video. This is, he knows her personally behind the scenes. He has text messages with her, phone calls. She was on the payroll. She's married into the family, has multiple kids. It is a lot deeper than him just making a past judgment of saying things like, oh, I think naming the baby Aquaman is stupid and she's just doing it for clout. That is what everyone is saying, but he knows it from a different scope. Okay, how he's looking at things is different than how I am looking at it. So when I see people online say that Ethan Klein's being a bully, he won't leave her alone, that's from the outside looking in. But if you knew the tea, he knows how shady Trisha Paytas can be, how vindictive, how manipulative. I played it in my other video yesterday, all the mean things she said about Hila Klein back in the day. It's like Ethan Klein is the only one that is still holding Trisha Paytas accountable. It's like people just forgot or they don't care. They think it's irrelevant. And that he's the only one that's like, don't forget about this. Don't forget about that. Oh, she's talking about fertility issues. How dare her pop out 2 or 3 babies and then talk about that. Like, this is what he's trying to get at. And so when I see people talk about how Ethan Klein is bullying Trisha Paytas, I'm like, y'all are missing the mark. Y'all are missing the mark 100%. Because he knows her from a different point of view. So here's one thing that he said that has people so upset. Here we
Full and great.
Yes.
But once again, I'm just going to say it. I'm going to get it out. Trisha lied about being infertile, and that's a disgusting thing to do. She had 3 kids back to back without a single fucking hesitation. Back to back. She got pregnant immediately. Now that's great and good for them, but she continually lied about being infertile, which is a horrible fucking thing to do because real people go through that every day and they don't get to have 3 kids back to back exactly planned just like you want. Fuck that.
I'm a little old school, so I'm just going to say congrats.
Congrats. Yeah, that's what I said too.
Yeah, it's fine. Listen, it upsets me. I don't like the way that she's lied about this shit, okay? You guys don't have to say it, but I will. And that's on 7-Up. And this statement is sponsored by 7-Up charity.
We got the 7-Up deal we were waiting for?
Trisha lied about being infertile.
Sponsored by MoonPay.
Yeah. I know people go, oh, she got IVF and stuff. That helps, but if you're infertile, like she's lied about her whole fucking life leading up to this, she said she got diagnosed that she will never have kids. And she's farmed sympathy for it her whole career up until she magically had 3 family plannings go perfectly without a hitch. Liar. Shame on her for lying about that. It's horrifically disgusting. But family's beautiful, and that's all I have to say about that. I just think she's disgusting for lying about that. And Moses is a fucking freak for naming his kid Aquaman.
Anywho, I'm gonna go to bed, and I'll
That goes
see you guys
out to all
tomorrow.
you guys at home.
All right, and we're back. Wait, what'd you say? That's what I was saying. That you got leave a like for the Labubu, okay? For the Lafufu, for my fake Labubu. Leave a like in the comments, guys. Come on, can I get some engagement here? Damn. So I just feel bad. I feel bad for Ethan Klein because it seems like, and if he's watching this, you may seem like everyone's dog piling on you, and you're getting all these negative comments, and then you might think like, well, did I step out of line? Shouldn't I not have said that? He's the perfect person to say that because he actually knows her. And I've seen him say, congratulations to Trisha. And before I go any further, congratulations for the baby. It's a miracle. It's a blessing. Congratulations. I think it's a stupid name. I think Aquaman is a stupid name. I think that... and while I'm at it, let me say this. Moses Hacmon couldn't wait to take
the
to
name
social
of
media
new
to
baby,
tell the
Aquaman.
people about
it's
the
interesting to see
reason
how
he
strong
named the
reactions
baby
are, and,
Aquaman. He wanted to talk about
kind of
the baby name
funny in a way
and how
to
he
see
got
it
to that
when,
point.
somebody's
And I'm like,
hearing
really?
it for the first time.
You couldn't just
But
shut up?
for us,
But
when
here's what he had to say.
you understand the connection
Let me
to
roll you
water
the
and
clip.
connection
Here we go,
to
guys.
the ocean. I wanted to talk real quick about the name of our new baby, Aquaman. And it's interesting to see how strong reactions are, and it's kind of funny in a way to see it when somebody is hearing it for the first time. But for us, when you understand the connection to water and the connection to, you know, aqua is the first refers to ocean, rain, and then after that refers to water. So it's basically, you know, the identity of water, the identity of being from the ocean. We are basically a walking ocean. You're a body of water from the ocean that is now walking on land. The idea of being a water being, a water man, an Aquaman. I personally prefer the name Aqua as far as both in the meaning of ocean and both in the way it sounds. Water is a bit of a harder name to have, so Aquaman was the perfect way to describe that. And then to us it's beautiful and fun and fits to our character that there's also a movie poster and there is also a character of that nature. But don't forget that the character, there's different Aquamans, there's different aesthetics to it, and it's not just about the movie character. It's more about the idea that there is an ocean man, an Aquaman, and it just happens that it actually also happens in the world of, let's say, superheroes. But because usually there's the different elements, there's an Iron Man and all that, but it's not like, you know, we're talking about an Ant-Man or a Superman, or, you know, we're talking about the most basic element that is giving life, that is life, that to me is our identity, and that is what drives the name. So it only makes sense that there also be a character like that, just like we have in mythology. We have so many characters, but I didn't want to take a name out of the mythology or the different kings and different people that are that we invented along history about, that refers to the ocean or have relationship with the ocean. I wanted it to be very pure, just Aquaman, and keep it very simple in that way. It is, you know, when you hear something for the first time, there's always a shock value, but the reality is, I'm sure that the first person to name their son Moses, I'm sure had the same reaction. Like, what do you think? Your son is the prophet that will lead the people of Israel or something like that? You know what I mean? Like, there is always that kind of reaction when you use a name that is in some way bigger than life. But for me, it's just a name that fits life. It's the most basic, simple way of describing who we are, our true identity, which is one of water. So anyway, it's a long answer, but the essence is there if you understand it. And I think it would be very easy to remember that. And I don't think that our kids will have issues with their name. I don't think that that's really where, I think it's the other way around. People, when they hear the name, they're not going to think, oh, I don't know the name. They'll think, oh, I know this person and I'm happy that they're here, or you know, be excited about it. Yeah. And for anyone that thinks that they'll be bullied, you're the bully, I guess. I don't know. If that's the way you look at life and look at people when you hear their name, it's only a reflection of you, not of the child or their name or what they're doing in life. You know, we enjoy life, we like to celebrate life, and this is one of the ways that we celebrate. And there's people that are not always happy and want to celebrate, and I understand that too. But we're not going to change the way we live because of that. And we will continue to do things that fits who we are, our character, our children, and the way we see the world, the way we want to see the world. So yeah, anyway, thank you for listening, and gonna go back to the kids.
So I have to agree. Once again, Ethan Klein was right. Once again, Ethan Klein was right. Aha! Because she named that baby Aquaman for clicks and views and attention. Because if the baby's name was Bob, nobody would have cared. It would have got hardly any press. But because it's such a stupid name like Aquaman, people are now talking about how stupid name it is. It really is. It actually is a flex. I think that she should have named it H2O. I think it would have been better, a lot more classier than Aquaman. But it's a flex to have a baby and then name it something so stupid that it can't get a job because it'll never have to have a resume. I'm just saying. That's how stupid it is. Trisha Paytas' house, she bought it at $3 million. It's now valued at $5 million. Let's just be honest with you. I'm just kind of scared for the children at this point now. But all that to say this, Ethan Klein is the right person to have any type of major criticism for Trisha Paytas. Not some drama channel that's digging up old dirt, making 3-hour videos about Trisha Paytas' past. Ethan Klein is the only one, in my opinion, who should be able to call her out because he knows her and she's family. So let's talk about Hila Klein for a second. You know, in the beginning, Hila Klein was, and has always been, to be like, no, don't talk about that. Let's not go there. And she would pull Ethan Klein back from going off the rails. All right. Back in the day, he was totally off the rails. He would say and do crazy, outlandish things. And that's what really made him stand out on You to the Tube. Once he got like really invested with Hila and it really started moving and maybe views or money started coming in from the whole channel, that's when she started to be more like, calm it down, bring it back in. Let's not lose sponsors over this, right? She's always been like more super down to earth, and Ethan's has always just been very much a character over the top, and I love it so much. It brings like a yin and a yang to the show. Lately, Hila has been saying, go ahead, act the fool. Go ahead. You know what? Go ahead. Say what you want to say. I'm not going to hold you back. You know why? Because Hila sees it too. She sees through the BS and manipulation. And don't forget, you got moms involved now. Anytime there's some drama, then you got, oh my God, you have Moses' mom calling to try to talk to Hila about it and get Ethan involved. And you know Trisha's in the background listening to everything. You already know that. And so I just don't think that people really see like the little bits of drama that happen that make Ethan Klein pop off. Like, because all people see is Ethan Klein saying these things, but no one really sees what got him to that point to pop off. That makes sense? What got him there? You're talking about a man who has a huge home, multiple businesses, a wife, children, pets, and then he's worrying about what Trisha Paytas and Moses are doing. You know why? Because they got him to that point. And I can't wait. I can't wait to see the video where Ethan Klein sits down, whether it's a 3-second clip or an entire 4-hour live stream, whatever, however he wants to do it, give it a little segment or a whole segment, whatever, however he wants to do it. It's to sit here and be like, look, listen, folks, I'm allowed to say what I want to say about Trisha Paytas. Number one, it's commentary, it's a free country, but two, I know the bitch. I can say whatever I want to say about her. This is how she really is. You want to know how Trisha Paytas really is? Let's not forget. Let us not forget the time that Trisha Paytas got on the internet and was crying and yelling and acting all hysterical over the H3 fan base allegedly coming for her. But Ethan Klein, till this day, has receipts of the Trisha Paytas community coming for him. It's like shots were fired. And it's not even that Ethan Klein is saying, attack, attack. No, it's the fan base watches what's going on. And then they're like, you know what? I'm going to go there and leave my comment. That's not how I see it. And lately, I'm Rich Lux. I got to keep it real. I think Trisha Paytas has been in the press a lot more lately because of the baby and her tour and things of that nature. And I think Ethan Klein's sitting back and they were like, and he's like, if you only knew. if you know what I'm talking, like, that's the only way I can put it to you. It's like Ethan Klein sitting back, he's like, if y'all only knew what this man is really like that's the only thing I can think of it. And I've seen Trisha Paytas be sneaky to me. She has dissed me. I can pull up the clips like 2 or 3 times. Like one time she said, well, where are people going to get their news from? Rich Lex. Like, she has said that. She has said I stole her camera, which I never did. What else? Oh, that's not the only time she has shaded me on camera. She came to my city, Houston, Texas. She never sent me an invite to her concert. She never said, hey, you want to come backstage and take a picture? No, nothing at all. It's all over my bio. You see where I'm from. Nothing at all. I took that at her being shady. Shady me again. And so when I see things, I see it like Chanel. I see both sides of it. I can see how Ethan Klein, some of the things that he's saying could be out of line. But I also see how what he's saying fits perfectly. I can see how what Trisha Paytas does, it seems like she's just living her best life. But I also can see how what she's doing is somewhat being shady to those around her, or that were around her. If that makes sense. So anyways, that's all I wanted to say. I can't wait to see what you guys have to say about this in the comment section down below. All right, I'm going to Ross, and I'm going to go shop. I'll see you guys later. Oh, did y'all see the clip about Kim Kardashian's grandma being mean? I'm going to try to make a whole dedicated video about this, but here's what she had to say. A worker from, I think it was Marshall's.
I used to work at Home Goods in 2015 when I was 16 years old, and Kim Kardashian's grandma would come in there all the time, and she was always such a bitch and would inconvenience literally everybody when it's literally a discount store. Home Goods is not bougie. I don't know why rich people come in there and they expect us to like do everything. Legally, we're not even supposed to help people put shit in their fucking car. She would buy out the entire fucking furniture section and then come back and just fucking return it. And then we were doing like the whole cancer thing, like raise money for cancer, and she looked at me and she's like, do you ask everybody that question? Yes, I quite literally do. And I also have to ask you if you want the fucking TJX credit card. I hate to say it, bitch. And every time she came in, like, it would always be such a big fucking deal. I'm like, oh, who is you? But I did know about her because at the time I was still watching Keeping Up with the Kardashians and I knew what she looked like. But like her whole aura, her whole vibe, like such an unpleasant person to even be in like contact with. I hated checking her out.
Bye guys, love you so much.